Hi, friends. Welcome to the first episode of Women in Sports Unplugged. I am so excited to co host this series along with Sports Village. Sports Village is India's largest youth sports organization on the mission to get 100 million kids to play. Sports Village creates sports opportunities for over 5 million kids every year by partnering with brands, corporates, government federations, schools, colleges, and academies through its four specialized verticals. As mentioned in the promo, the idea behind this series is to talk about more passion and desire amongst women to play the game. What is it that is different in the women and girls who actually take up sports? How do we create more opportunities for women and girls to play the sport? Our guests today are two young women who play squash. Tanvi Khanna is 24 years old, has represented India at the Asian Games and at the South Asian Games. She was part of the team event in Jakarta 2018, which won the silver medal. She was an individual gold medalist at the South Asian Games in Kathmandu 2019. She has been playing since she was 10. Our second guest is Kashmi Mangal. She is 10 years old. She's currently in the top 10 in India under 11, and she's ranked number one in Delhi. She has been training since the age of 6. Hi, girls. Thank you so much for coming on this show. I'm so delighted to have the two of you in the first episode. Really, I'm super happy to be talking to the two of you. Tanvi, we'll begin with you. Tell me, what does sports mean to you?
So basically, I started playing squash when I was about Kashvi's age, which is 10 years old. And I feel like over the course of my life, the definition of sports has changed a lot. So when I was 10, it was just this outlet to kind of express myself and to do what I love and just, have fun and meet new people. And over the course of my childhood, as I developed more and more proficiency, it kind of became a place for me to just, go past my limitations and learn so much, learn a new skill every day and work towards becoming better at something. And now I feel like, now that I'm playing professionally as a senior player, I found that sport to me is, other than doing what I'm passionate about and loving each moment on the squash court, it's also about, navigating my mindset and learning about myself day in and day out.
Well, that's a really interesting answer. I'm going to come back to the part which you talked about because you play the sports professionally. But I really like the point you made about, as a child, you started playing
Yeah.
sports so that you get to meet people and, make new friends. A lot of
Yeah.
people think sports is very lonely when you get into it, but it's very interesting that you brought that point. So, Kashvi, what does sports mean to you?
So sport to me is it's like the best thing happened to me because I get to travel around India or like maybe in the future around the world, and it's like fun playing, make new friends, and have fun if you win a tournament or lose. So
Yes, sports is fun, and then winning is also a great thrill, right? Kashvi?
yes, yes.
So Tanvi, tell me, in your journey, what role have your parents played in inculcating this love of sports in you? Do any of your parents play the game? Tell us a little bit about that.
So, I mean, you asked about the role I feel like parents play in any sports person's journey. And I just feel like I've been fortunate because I know how big a role parents play. And my parents have just been exemplary and just providing me with so many opportunities from such a young age. My parents were both sportsmen. Like my mom was a Delhi state swimmer and my father was actually a squash player. So, I mean, they've kind of experienced all the thrills of playing a sport. So they obviously wanted their children to be exposed to it at a young age. So it's not that they confined me just to squash. I also did swimming, dance, other sports, crafts, everything. And after that, it was kind of my choice. They saw that I loved playing squash, and my sister loved playing football, and my parents kind of then just pushed whatever our passion was. But without them having kind of given us that opportunity, I would never have picked up squash or even reached where I've reached today. Because being a professional sportsman at a young age requires a lot of dedication, as well as like help and support from your parents. So wherever I've reached is primarily because of their unconditional support. Whether I won or lost, they just kept pushing me.
Well, I think, yes, it's so important, the commitment of the parents in developing a professional sports person. And we see it across all sports, right? And there's so many stories about how parents have been behind the success of so many sports players. And so
Yeah,
nice to hear that both your parents also played sports.
100%.
Kashvi, what about you? Does who
So
takes you for all your your practice sessions,
runs.
etc.?
So that is my father. So like he'll like go with me to he'll leave his office work and come with me to tournaments to help me play better and like motivate me even if I lose. And he also discusses my weak points with my coaches. And my mother, she's like a school teacher, but in the mornings she still finds time to get my tiffin and all or organized because I have squash right after school. So yeah, and also my family, they sacrifice the family gatherings and holidays to make sure I don't miss my training or tournament.
Yes,
So
so
yeah, in a way they're very supportive.
yeah, how important the role of family is. But Kashvi mentioned coach, and I was going to ask both of you, and I understand that both of you have the same coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so how important has the coach been in both your lives? So, Tanvi, maybe you can go first, and then Kashvi.
So when I was Kashvi's age, up until I was about 16, 17, I was very lost. I didn't really have the right guidance. I was always very hardworking, but I just feel like when you have an older person who really helps navigate the game for you, it just changes your graph and how fast you improve. So when I was about 17 years old, I started training with Dhruv, and just immediately within 6 months of playing, I was beating people I'd never ever beaten before, and it's almost as though like my eyes were shut and I was asleep as to what squash is or how it's to be played, or what tactics to be employed. I never even thought that far ahead. And suddenly having this person in your life and having the right kind of mentor, it just changed my approach to what I can achieve. And there were no more limiting thoughts in my head, because everything became so easy for me to grow from a young age. They just have so much theoretical knowledge from such a young age, and I can't even imagine how amazing they'll be when they're my age. To get that basic training when in their formative years is very, very good, and they're really lucky.
No, I think the point you made about having the right mentor who can guide you, that is applicable to all careers.
Yeah.
Tanvi, I was a banker, and I also how my career trajectory changed when I found the right mentor to guide me and navigate me and help me navigate in the organization. So I think just
100%.
you've been very fortunate. So Kashvi, you found a mentor at a very young age. So
Yeah.
tell us how it has been. You've been playing since you were 6 and now you're 10. So tell us how it is under your coach.
So I joined Drussel's Academy when I was 8, but that time I only used to train with Satvik sir. Slowly later, I started training with him, and he used to help all of us, not only me, during our tournaments, especially if they were really important. And he also used to help the others and me to reach our limits in his own ways. So yeah.
Okay, great. So we've talked about family, we've talked about the coach. Now I have a very important question. So Tanvi, let me ask you first. You've passed out of school, you've already done your university, now you're playing for the country and you're a professional sports person. Tell me, in your view, how important is the role of a school in inculcating a love and a desire for children to play sports? And how did your school help you in this regard?
So my school was very supportive from day one, because I never ever had to worry about missing exams, missing school for training, you know, attendance. And just the environment was such that, when I'd come back and win a tournament, my school would really appreciate that. They appreciated my effort. And despite the fact that I wasn't the best student, they still understood that I had chosen a path at a young age and I was doing well in it. So they just gave me, all the means to kind of fly. They didn't curtail me at all. And that kind of built an ownership in me, where I felt like I also must study. And, it was not something that was forced upon me. So, but I'm also exposed to a lot of young children who play right now, and they're about 14, 15, 16-year-olds. And a lot of schools kind of don't give them the same leeway that I got. And I do see their training kind of suffering because of that. So, schools, I feel like have to be very supportive of sports people if they want their students to kind of go past just playing state level tournaments and actually achieving something on the national and international level.
Yeah, I think the point you made, because school is where you are as children, right? So if that ground, is not nurturing a culture of sports, then how do children get into it? Otherwise, they'll just be doing studies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to see that your school helped, and now, we have a champion in our midst because of that. So, Kashvi, tell me, you are still in school. So, how
Yeah.
is your school? Does it provide you the flexibility? How do you balance studies and playing sports?
So like I have really, like more attention than any of the others because I don't have so much time, as I have squash right after school and then I only have to come back home by 7. So usually I finish my homework at the end of school when I have some time. And my school, even if I have to go for, they like, they don't mark me like on a really bad reason she's gone off, like for no reason. They're like my, especially my class teachers, they like whenever I win anything or even play in a tournament, they are very proud because I do well in studies. So, and also my mother and father both say that if you do not choose squash, you must have something else. So yeah, I don't have a choice to leave study.
Okay, but it's good to hear this because when I was growing up in school, there wasn't that much focus on sports, honestly. We used to have a PT class, we used to have one games period, but did anyone take special interest in a child who may have had the talent? Unfortunately, not. And I think still schools in India have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But there are like the Sports Village who's co-creating this show with us. They are India's largest youth sports platform, and they're doing a lot of great work in the schools. And I'm so glad to hear from the two of you as well about the importance of schools in building a sports career. So Tanvi, coming back to you, tell me what is your favorite squash memory of childhood, and when did you know that you want to play professionally and represent India?
So my favorite memory is the first tournament I've ever played. I think I was about Kashvi's age. I played under 11, and I ended up winning that tournament. But why that memory is so precious and I just love thinking about it is because of how much I enjoyed actually playing that tournament and how carefree I was throughout that tournament. And I just loved being at the tournament venue, and there was no pressure and no tension. I just wanted to play. And I feel like that kind of got lost somewhere. But when I look back at that one memory that I had, it's kind of an image of how I would like to play even now. And that initial reaction I had to squash, where it was just pure joy at being able to do this and pursue it. So, coming back to playing professionally, growing up, I always knew that I love squash and I want to play it and I want to become the best that I can become. But once I kind of found the right coach who showed me how far I could go, it gave me the confidence to kind of pursue this professionally. And also, when I was in college, I didn't get to play as much squash as I would have liked. And there was always this feeling of just incompleteness without it. And at that point, it kind of finally dawned on me that I feel the most satisfied and the happiest when I'm on a squash court. So why would I not do this professionally?
I'll come back to asking you how does it feel to play for India, but I want to ask Kashvi about her favorite squash memory. Kashvi, what is your favorite squash memory, and do you have a favorite match that you have played so far?
So my favorite memory is when I first threw a ball and my gut strings of a racket, because Satvik sir always told me that it was a sign that I was hitting hard. So when I first tore a ball and broke my racket guards, I was really happy. I was like, woohoo, I can finally hit hard. And my favorite match is a match when I played in Bangalore and I was losing to a girl 2-0. And all my friends were there encouraging me, motivating me, come on, you can do it, and play with a cool head, because when I start losing, I lose it. So all of them told me to focus on her weak point and my strength. So in the first 2 games, all I was thinking was about winning the match. In the next 3 games, I was focusing on playing a good game by using all my strength and keeping calm. And ta-da, I won.
I love that you said when you beat a boy. Go girl, that's great. So Tanvi, tell me, how does it feel to play for India and win the medals?
It's amazing. I had played the Asian Games right after I came back from college, and we won a silver in that event.
Yes.
And then subsequently, the following year, I won a gold at the South Asian Games. And just the feeling of being up on that podium and hearing the national anthem playing, it was almost like, this childhood dream has come true. And I felt so happy and satisfied that I could share this with my coaches and my parents, who've been the reason why I was up there. And I just felt satisfied that, all their hard work also was paid off. It was like a joint celebration. Though they weren't there, I could feel their happiness when I was standing up there.
I can already feel goosebumps just thinking about the fact that you represent India, the national anthem is playing, you're holding a gold medal. It must be just so amazing. And how nicely you put it, that it's actually like a team, right? It's your family, it's your coach, it's the whole team, and you feel that it's a culmination of all the hard work over all those years, How wonderful.
Yeah.
How wonderful. So Kashvi, when are you going to be playing for India? Do you want to play for India?
I would most certainly like to, when I see pictures on Instagram and when Tanvi sends me the photo, or sometimes it's on a status, it's whoa, even I want to be out there.
How wonderful. See how fellow sports people inspire each other. So it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. So Tanvi, tell me, this is a question for both of you. So maybe, you can go first. What 2 sports women inspire you?
So, Kashvi, do you want to go first?
No, you go first. You go first.
Okay. So, in college, this was my last year in college, and there was a first-year girl who came. Her name is Habiba Muhammad, and she was like a 4-time British Open champion and a World Junior champion, and she had achieved so much in squash. And unfortunately, because of an injury, she had to stop playing professionally right before she came to college. But just being exposed to her and seeing like the mindset of a champion, it kind of really challenged my own beliefs about what it takes to kind of reach there. Because at one point of time, she was practically world number one in the junior category. And so she had achieved everything she could at that age. And, you know, she just showed me my beliefs and how I was limiting myself. And she showed me how to be a champion. There's no place for any self-doubt. And it kind of, being exposed to her kind of broadened my understanding of what it means to be a sports person, and how deep you have to go within yourself to, you know, kind of conquer yourself and every day push and become better. And my second, she's not a sports person, but I would really like to mention my role model, and she's someone who's helped me in my squash journey as well, is this person I bumped into in college. You know, she was a much older person, and we just became friends. And hearing about her life, it really motivated me, because she was a nun for 13 years, and then she was a psychologist for 30 years after that. And she has a motto which is basically like, every day we set out to conquer ourselves. And just seeing how she lives her life every day to her fullest, and she's such an independent and free person, it really kind of pushed me and gave me the strength to just, you know, constantly always go back to myself and my center in whatever I'm doing, and never neglect, you know, never neglect what makes me feel happy and makes me feel good. So these are the two role models I've had, and they've really encouraged me in every little aspect of my life.
I love that point. Every day you have to set out to conquer yourself. I
Yeah.
really like that point. How inspiring is that? So, young Kashvi, who are the two people who you admire? Two sport, I would
So,
sportswomen, but go ahead.
so the first one is Tanvi herself. She is like my inspiration. She's like motivates everyone around her, and she has a vast experiences with all of us in the camp, and also teaches some of us to keep calm. Second is P. Sindhu. I admire her because she only focuses on her game, badminton. And like she doesn't want any distractions. I heard a story once about like she gave a phone to her coach 2 or 3 months before the Olympics, saying that she only wanted to focus on playing better and better. So like I would like to become like her. So she's also one person I admire.
That's a great role model to have. And I like the fact that you said that it's because of her focus. And of course, she has won Olympic medals for the
Yeah.
country. So before I move to the rapid fire round, I have a very important question from the two of you. What is the message that you would like to give to girls to take up sports and to look at sports? Tanvi, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So I just feel like growing up as a girl, I mean, of course, you know, the world is changing and there's so many more opportunities and there's a lot of equality coming into the picture. But I still feel like society imposes a lot of restrictions on how girls should behave, how they should talk, how they should conduct themselves. And for me personally, growing up, sports was my outlet out of all of those restrictions. You know, once I started playing squash, I no longer felt like I had to adhere to like all these set rules by society. And there was a point in time in school where I would be doing like arm wrestling with all the boys and like even beating them. And I would be having like 100-meter sprints with them. And they'd all be so shocked and surprised, like, how is this girl beating us? But for me, it was normal. It was like, of course, I train like 5-6 hours a day. Of course, I'm going to beat you. So, you know, this whole thing of like gender norms and how to behave with boys, and, you know, it kind of broke all of that for me, where I just considered them an equal in every field, even in sports. And, you know, another aspect I feel why girls should play sports is because it really toughens you up mentally, you know. Once you play sports and you also play it professionally, it teaches you how to think for yourself, but it also makes you handle a lot of adversity, and you kind of become more and more resilient in the process. And I've not only girls, but all human beings need to kind of learn how to conquer themselves and just, you know, in your formative years, in your childhood years, how to think for yourself and become more independent. And I feel like sports is the most like fun and like most rewarding outlet that actually ends up teaching you these life skills.
That's wonderful to hear, to teach life skills and to become independent, to become resilient, to become strong. And it's a message not only for girls, but for all children to take up sports. Kashvi?
Okay. So my message would be, I'm young, but still, I know that girls who don't play sport miss out on so many things. Like when I first joined Brussels Academy, I only had my school friends. Now, like I have friends all over India. Second is that we, like some of the girls who don't play a sport, they miss out on the fun we have, like, you know, and working hard. And, you know, the best part is, like, you know, you're not compared less to boys. Like, you know, you have this, oh boy, we are, come on, like we can do this, we can beat this boy, who cares if he's strong or what. Play your game, win it up, and like, you know, you can compete on boys. That is the best part. So
I think that's amazing. But you know what is really important, and both of you said it, that you know, when you play sports, you make new friends. Like we said in the beginning of the talk, a lot of people think sports is so lonely, you're on the road, you're traveling, but it's so wonderful because you meet new people, you make new friends, and like both of you said, you have so much fun along the way. So I think
Yeah.
a great message for everyone to actually take up sports. So, both of you, are you ready for the rapid fire round?
Yeah.
yes.
I have 5 words with me and I have them written down in front of me. So, when I tell the word, whoever wants to go first can go first, but tell me what word comes in your mind. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the first word is food.
Cholo Bhatura.
Tanvi?
Ice cream.
Ah, okay. Okay. The second word is worst exercise.
Burpees.
Burpees.
400 meters.
400 meters.
400 meter sprints.
Okay, I can relate to Kashvi saying burpees. I haven't done 400 meters sprint.
Neither have I. That's why I said burpees.
Okay, the third word, guilty pleasure.
Chocolate.
Sugar every day after every meal.
Okay, thankfully I don't have a sweet tooth, so I can't relate to these guilty pleasures. But, the fourth word, favorite shot.
Backhand volley drop.
Okay,
A normal drop.
okay. Now we know what your winning shots are. And,
Not
and the last word is hobby.
reading and
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Kashi. You said reading and?
listening to music.
Ah, okay.
Mine is troubling Kashvi.
I
Fun fact, I call her Chalu Chachi.
we'll talk about that after this talk as to why you call her Chalu Chachi. I'm very curious to know that. But thank you so much. I really enjoyed having the two of you and so many takeaways and very interesting points in terms of why people should take up sports and what does sports mean to you and the role of the team, which is the family, the coach, and how important the school is also in inculcating this love for sports. Friends, you can find this talk on YouTube channel, hashtag Zip2Fitness, on Instagram, Zip to Fitness, and on podcast, Spotify, and Apple iTunes, Zip Talks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.